Hello and welcome, my name is Kyle for the win in another year. Another beta is complete. The Black Ops 4 beta just ended, I want to say an hour ago at the time I'm recording this video. And as last year, we are going over the good, the bad, and the ugly of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Doing a in-depth review of the game, everything I liked, everything I disliked, and everything I think is horrible that really needs to be adjusted. We're going to start with the good, unlike last year, which is where we started with the ugly. We're going to start out with the good this year because there's a lot of good, and then there's a little bit more, there's a little less bad, and then there's not very many uglies I came to find when I was thinking about this game. So, jumping into the good, first of all, I want to start off with one good thing, and that is the maps. Every single map in the beta I really enjoyed. They all had really nice flow. I loved how the maps were placed, the design of the maps, the colors. One map in particular, Hacienda, I think is one of the prettiest maps in Call of Duty history. Just the graphics, the atmosphere, everything about that map is gorgeous. The maps just flow really well. The only map I don't think flows that well is the snow map, that the name always escapes me. And the reason I think that map doesn't flow that good is because of the little bridge that goes down. So on that map, which I think kind of ruins the flow, because if you guys have seen gameplay of when I play on that map, I always put that bridge up because it ruins the flow for me personally, because the way I play is I'm a flank heavy player, so if I can't flank, there's not really anything else for me to do on that map. So I love the maps. Frequency is my absolute favorite map in the game at the moment. I always had a nice KD spread on that map. The map flowed amazingly, and overall I think the maps are really good. I'm excited to see the rest of the maps at launch. We have over 16 at launch, which is fantastic, including old maps from previous Call of Duty games, including Slums, and I think Raid. I'm not sure. I don't remember the maps that are coming into the game from older Call of Duty games, but I'm very excited to see how those maps flow when the game launches in October. The second thing I want to talk about is the weapon balance. Now, the weapon balance depends on the person. For me personally, I love the weapon balance in the game. I wish, though, the MX9 was a little less overpowered, because the MX9 kind of runs the show in that game, especially in objective game modes. But overall, you can use any gun you want in that game without any really repercussions. I can't even think of the worst gun in the game to you guys, because every gun is effective and has its place and is really good. My favorite weapons at the end of the beta are the Maddox RX, which is the last assault rifle you get. I love that weapon. It's fantastic, high damage, good fire rate, absolutely amazing. I also love the ICR-7, which is the favorite gun in Black Ops 4 video that I did. I love that gun. It reminds me of the ICR from Black Ops 3, maybe even a little bit better. I also love the SOG 9mm, amazing SMG. You're probably seeing gameplay of me using that SMG right now. Love that weapon so much, and I just really loved how I could use any gun I wanted and do really well with it. That's what I love about Call of Duty. That's what makes me enjoy the game all year, and that's why I enjoyed Call of Duty World War II the whole year. Well, 90% of the year. There was a little bit of a rough patch, but anyways. Next, I wanted to talk about the flow. The game flows very well. Although there was frame rate issues, which I will get to later, I think the flow of the map was fantastic. The flow of the game was fantastic. The game felt good. The second I jumped into the game, just the movements, everything felt smooth, relaxed. The game was awesome. I just love how the game feels, especially when they tone down the jumping and the sliding. The game now flows even better, and I really enjoy how the game moves and how the maps play out. Just the game flows really well, and I love that about this game. The next thing about the good is predictive recoil. Every gun has its own unique recoil, if you guys remember from the reveal event of the multiplayer. So each gun has its own recoil pattern, and I've found that once I master that weapon's recoil, the gun is exponentially better. And there's a few guns in the game where I have mastered that recoil, and it feels really nice, so I love that a lot. Another good thing is operator mods. I actually didn't get to use any operator mods, but I have seen gameplay of operator mods, and I think they're a really cool addition to the game. Basically, they're boosted, overpowered attachments, kind of, and I really like what they did with those. I, of course, haven't used any operator mods, but I think that's a great innovation and a really cool thing. And then the final thing on the good side of the game is the new healing mechanic. I love the new healing mechanic. I just love it so much more than previous Call of Duty games, because in this game, if I am getting shot up, I can retreat, I can heal up, and I can get back into that gunfight, and 9 times out of 10 re-win that gunfight. Although if I come against another player that also heals and I heal at the same time, the gunfight can last a little bit long, but I'll get to that later. But overall, I really like the new healing mechanic, because it's just nice to know when you're healed, know when that you're at full health, and I just like being able to heal automatically and not have to sit in a corner and wait for my health to recover. Wait. I can just play that gunfight, win it, heal up, and then go back into the next one. I just really like the new healing mechanic. I think it's awesome, and I honestly hope it returns in more Call of Duty games, because I just really like the feature. It's fun to play with, and it makes the game a lot better, in my personal opinion. Now let's jump into the bad. The bad and the ugly. For each point, I will say my fixes, because what's the point of making a review of the beta without giving fixes and feedback? It would just be a pointless rant at that point if I didn't say how they can fix the game. So, jumping into the bad, the first thing I have on the bad is the streaks. These streaks are not that good in this game, unfortunately. I have full confidence, though, that Treyarch will fix these streaks. The streaks I've had the most issue with are the Cerberus, well, I guess it's the Mantis, sorry, the RCXD, the Strike Team, and the Attack Chopper, and the Strafe Run. So, because those are the only streaks I was able to get, the highest streaks I was able to get. So, I'll start out with each streak and say what the fixes that I need to, the fixes for each streak. So, with the Mantis, the fix that I would like to see with the Mantis is fix the AI. Because first of all, the AI can't go upstairs, which is a big problem. I mean, they're having this example of, I was playing on the map, the snow map I keep forgetting the name of, and I was in the middle section where the B flag is for domination, or the middle hard point, and I couldn't go up the stairs with the Cerberus, so I was trapped with the Mantis in that one area, and I just could only kill people in the middle, because each stairway I was trapped. So that, I think, is a big issue. They need to fix the AI on that, and the RCXD as well. Well, we'll go to the RCXD in a second, but with the Mantis, they also need to fix the targeting of the Mantis to where it targets a little bit quicker. In the game, I did get a few kills with it manually, but I think it needs to acquire targets a little bit quicker still. And as well as now let's jump over into the RCXD. The RCXD as well needs to be able to go upstairs. If you want to go upstairs with the RCXD, you have to get a big back start and run up the stairs. There's a perfect example of that in my heist video from yesterday, where I had the RCXD and I tried to move it up the stairs and it would not go up the stairs, it just kept on going up and going down. So definitely need to fix that as well. The RCXD should definitely be able to go up the stairs. I think that's very important, because stairs are on maps, and if you can't go upstairs, you probably won't be able to get any kills with this. So that is a big issue that I think really needs to be fixed. Now, of course, the Attack Chopper. The Attack Chopper, I've found still, they buffed the target acquisition of the attack helicopter, but I still think it needs to attack targets a lot quicker. And I think the damage needs to be higher as well, because I've gotten a lot of hit markers with the helicopter, but I haven't got any kills. So they just need to copy the damage of the Stealth Chopper and the Wraith from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2, as well as probably even nerf Cold-Blooded even more. Not make Cold-Blooded useless, but nerf it a little bit more so that, again, the streaks can actually do something. And also make Cold-Blooded a higher level to unlock. That would be a big thing as well to make the streaks a lot better. Next, the Strike Team. The Strike Team, just make it automatic. I don't think we should have to send it somewhere or rally it. I think we should just call it in the map, drop it, and they do their own thing. They seek out enemies and kill, as well as update their AI and their movement, because there's been many times where they've gotten stuck in doorways or gotten stuck on stairs or anything of that nature. So update the tracking, update the AI so that they don't get stuck in doors and they can actually kill. The health is super high on the Strike Team now. I don't know if I was recording this clip, but there was a time when I was playing and I put all of my flamethrower purifier fuel into one Strike Team member and saw that flaming Strike Team member again, shot him with 3 clips, and I still didn't kill him. So the health might need to be toned down a little bit, but also I think I might want to keep it also because to keep the gun good, to keep the Strike Team good. And then finally, the Strafing Run. The Strafing Run needs to have better target acquisition. They did buff the tracking, but I also think that the Strafe Run does not hit enemies as well as it should. To be fair, the only time I've gotten the Strafe Run was on Hacienda, which is a lot of buildings, so that might have something to do with it. But then again, I'm not sure, so I don't really have any proof, like any strong evidence that it needs to be nerfed and buffed a little bit with the target acquisition. But when the full launch comes, I hope they'll maybe fix it, and I'll play on some more wide open maps and see if it's good again. But that is all of my fixes for the streaks. I don't know if this video will get into that, like up there and be seen by Activision, but hopefully Treyarch sees that and maybe fixes some of the streaks, maybe takes some of my ideas. And then finally, the frame rate issues is another bad. The frame rate, I feel like, wasn't at 60 frames per second the entire beta. They said they were working on that, and I completely believe that. Hopefully they fix that and get it to where it's always 60 frames per second, and for the PC guys, unlimited frames per second, because, I mean, PC players like their frames high. Even me, who's not a very good PC veteran, I like my frames on PC high. So hopefully they fix that, make the frames high so that, fix the frame rate issues so that the game can obviously flow better. And especially for the Xbox guys, I think I watched a video and I think the Xbox guys have a lot more frame rate issues than us on PlayStation. So that definitely needs to be fixed and changed as well. But again, guys, it is a beta, and they are taking our feedback, and the game is not its full polished, complete form yet. It's only in the beta stage. So there's the pre-alpha, alpha, beta, and then the full launch. So we're only in the middle stage, guys. Don't expect the game to be complete. That's just how it is, guys. So all of us are freaking out and feeling like this is the final game. It's not. It's the beta. This is just the surface of the game. There's a lot more stuff going into it. The servers will be a lot better come full launch, but frame rate issues definitely need to be fixed. Another bad, the glitches and the bugs, the Strike Teams getting stuck in the door, the care package freezing the player, other stuff like that. Just those simple things are a pretty big issue, and they will be fixed, I'm assuming. But again, we need to make it shown to Treyarch so that they know that they need to fix that. Finally, the last bad thing is the specialists. Now, I'm not saying all of the specialists. I think the specialists are a fun thing, very fun thing to do, fun thing to play around with. But there are a few specialists in particular that I think need to be toned down a little bit. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. And those specialists are Recon and Ajax. So with Recon, the Vision Pulse I think is a little bit overpowered. 3 Vision Pulse pulses is a little bit too much for my liking. I think it should be 1 or 2, because I think the Vision Pulse from Black Ops 3 was very, very balanced with just 1 Vision Pulse in a certain specific area, but the Vision Pulse in Black Ops 3 covers the entire map. So I think the Vision Pulse needs to be turned down quite a bit to either one Vision Pulse or 2, because 3 I think is just way too much. The amount of times I have died by Vision Pulse is exponential compared to every other specialist in the game. The Vision Pulse I definitely think needs to be toned down a little bit. Everything else about Recon is fine. I just think the Vision Pulse is a little bit too overpowered for my liking. So I think that should be fixed. And Ajax, the 9-bang is way too overpowered. It lasts way too long, and the splash on it is too brutal. You can't heal, you shoot, you can't do anything when you get hit by that 9-bang. I think they should either tone down the length of the flash a little bit, or 2, let you fire and heal when you are flashed. That I think would make it a little bit more balanced, because I think the 9-bang is way too overpowered and not even close to balanced. The shield I can deal with because it is a specialist weapon, but then again I think it should have a little bit of a wider hitbox so that you can actually kill an enemy face forward. So I think that is another fix that needs to be done. And I can't really think of any other overpowered specialists. If you guys want to put anything down in the comment section, go ahead. I will definitely read those advice. And finally, last but not least, let's go ahead and jump into the ugly. The things that I really don't like about the beta, I think desperately need to be changed, and are things that I do not like about the game at all. So the first thing is the health. I'm sure you guys all saw that coming. 150 health is just way too high. The amount of gunfights I've gone in where I've put a full clip in somebody, had to reload, is unreal. The amount of gunfights I've lost because I shot somebody so many times, I had to go back, reload, heal myself, go back into the gunfight, and they heal as well, and then they just melt me, is ridiculous. I think the health is a little bit too high. I think they should tone it back down to 100, and Crash gives it up to 150, because man, 150 health is just way too high. It's way too hard to kill people when there's 150 health. Double kills, good luck. Triple kills, no way. As far as I've found, if you see 3 enemies together in one area, consider yourself dead. You may get one of those kills, but other than that, you won't die. You'll get destroyed. I personally like the World War II health the best out of really any other COD game besides Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. Because Call of Duty World War II, I can easily get triples. I can easily get quad feeds, as long as I'm accurate. In Black Ops 4, no way. I think I've gotten, the highest feed I've gotten is a triple feed with the Augur DMR, because I got really lucky. That's the only time I've ever gotten a triple feed in Black Ops 4. Other than that, I haven't gotten, I've gotten a few double kills, but again, they're super hard to get, and I think that health needs to be turned down a lot. And if they have body armor, although as you guys can see, body armor isn't even on my list anymore, because I just don't see it as a problem anymore like it was last week, which is why I waited to do this good, bad, and ugly until until this whole beta was over, because if I just made this video last week, there'd be a lot more bad, a lot more ugly than I would have had this week when they made changes and fixes and stuff like that. So I think the health definitely needs to be toned down a little bit, because David Vonderhaar may like a high time to kill, but what about the community? The community does not like high time to kill. We loved Modern Warfare 2 damage, we loved Black Ops 2 damage, we even like Black Ops 3 damage, even though that was random too. We don't like 150 health. I hope they tone it down, because it's possible. As we saw with World War II, they toned down the health regen, and they changed the entire division system. So these big changes that we used to think were not possible are now a lot more possible than they used to be. And my final ugly of the video is the random shoot first, die first gunfights. The gunfights in this game are so random. There's no way to grasp how these gunfights work. There's just been so many times where I've shot first, felt like I was going to kill the enemy, and then I get just immediately destroyed by that enemy. Very, very confusing with the gunfights in this game. I don't really know exactly why they're so random. Maybe it's the frame rate issues, maybe it's the lag, I'm not really quite sure, but the gunfights are way too random in this game for my liking. In the video that I watched the other day, there was a lot of criticism about how some people run on Call of Duty based on how many bullets they know will kill somebody. Those are the sophisticated Call of Duty players. I literally just shoot and aim until I see that plus 100 score on my screen. But when it comes to Black Ops 4, you can put a whole clip into somebody and not even kill them. And I think that's a little bit bad, because then they can easily turn around and destroy you. Sometimes I melt people, and other times it's like, holy crap, they're still not dead yet. And I've put a million bullets into them. So I think that needs to be fixed a little bit. Maybe if they fix the health, those weapons will also be fixed. So I'm just really hoping that they fix those random, really random gunfights, because I mean, I'm sure we'll get used to it as we play the game more and more and more, but the health is definitely a big issue, and it could deter a lot of people away from the game. But for me personally, I'm playing this game all year. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm playing it all year. It's a fun game. It's a very enjoyable game for me. I really liked it. And I guess another bad I'd say is the snipers. I know it's kind of random. I didn't actually mention the snipers in my list of bad, but we're just gonna go on a little quick side note really quick about the bad. Snipers, a little bit overpowered, I'd say. I can't use snipers for the life of me, but I get quickscope a ton, so may need to fix the snipers a little bit, but they're not a really big issue, which is kind of why I didn't put them in my list. So that is absolutely everything, guys. That is my full review of Black Ops 4. I know it was a pretty long video, but of course I need to get everything out there, be completely honest, and tell you guys absolutely everything. Overall, I'm going to give the beta again another year a 7.5 out of 10. Just the small issues of this game and the health kind of, I'd say, ruined my fun a little bit. But I will admit, guys, I enjoyed this beta so much, more than the World War II beta. I love Treyarch. Treyarch has always made good games. I've always enjoyed Treyarch games. This game is super fun. I really enjoy it personally. I think it's gonna be another good year for Call of Duty with the changes with some changes, and I'm really excited to see what happens with this game. But leave a like if you guys did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video covering the Modern Warfare 2, revisiting Call of Duty campaigns, and the new Fortnite weapon. See you guys soon.